when the world is doing well, Dubai does well.
Yeah.
When the world is not doing well, Dubai does great. It's extremely important. I need to feel safe. I need to know that my family is safe. And that's why people come to Dubai. We have had an occupancy of 95% on short-term rental in Jumeirah Village Circle. And absolutely, and we will observe and we make sure that that one is done correctly to make sure that we can provide them what they're really looking for. As you know, here in Dubai, everything is extremely transparent.
Hi everyone, in today's episode of Urban Habitat, I have my dear friend Valerio, who's the CEO of Just Bespoke, and he would give us an insight on non-resident clients who are investing in the UAE real estate market. Thank you, Valerio, for having on board.
Thank you very much, Amit. Thanks for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, long time.
It's really nice knowing you, Valerio, as we have interacted in the past on many instances. What I want to understand from you, Valerio, is when a non-resident client thinks of buying a property in UAE, what are the key things you feel they should keep in mind, or how does the market helps them when they're looking at a real estate investment in UAE?
The real estate investment in the UAE for my type of clients are generally they are investors.
Okay.
So what I'm having is a number of clients that are coming here in order to obtain two main objectives. One, to create for themselves a passive income for the future.
Okay.
And second thing is to create for themselves a saving, a piggy bank.
Okay.
So those are the main two things that my clients are looking for. So whenever we're going to be looking into a property or an investment for a non-resident, we're looking at those two objectives that we need to make sure that we're going to be achieving.
Okay. Is it easy for a non-resident to get into the market and invest, or how does it work? Because you're expert in that matter. So
the answer would be it is very easy compared to many other markets.
Okay.
So that's one thing that always you have to bear in mind. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges with clients that are coming from the European market from my side.
Okay.
And back in Europe is extremely complicated.
Okay.
There is a lot of red tape. Here is so much easier. So definitely entering the market of the real estate in Dubai, extremely simple. Few steps.
So getting into the market is easy. How do they do their research? Do they reach out to people like you who are experts and you guide them end to end, or how does it work?
Well, generally clients that are arriving to me for two reasons. One and the main reason is because they are referral, coming from people that previously invested through me.
Okay.
What do they do when they're arriving here? They are going to be reaching definitely people like me that are the expert in the market, and we give them advice.
Okay.
The advice that might change, and they are very much based on what is the objective that they're trying to achieve. And that is mostly for me one of the questions I always ask my clients. In order to clearly understand what I need to advise you to purchase, tell me why you want to buy in Dubai. And I'll tell you exactly what is the property.
So you break down their requirement into two things. Either it is for investment purpose, could be to just see returns and exit the market, or place the money and invest for a longer period. And then you guide them on which projects they could invest accordingly, and then it works out, right?
My company is called Just Bespoke for that reason. We do tailor-made projects. So we only sell according to what the clients want to achieve.
Correct.
So when they call me up, and I come from a background of customer service, we're going to be looking at needs, but most of all, we're going to be looking at wants. So I really need to dig in and understand exactly what they want to achieve in order to offer them the correct property.
Correct.
So that's what I do.
And once, let's say, so in this whole journey, what all additional things do you think you help or a non-resident benefits when they get into the real estate? Do they get access to the golden visa and all those things? How does that work?
I'm an old guy here in Dubai. I've been in Dubai for 23 years, since 2001. So I've seen the market evolving, and I know people here in Dubai, and I know I can help them out. A client that comes into my company and is onboarding onto my company gets a full service at 360 degrees. Okay. So my normal operation would be onboarding the client by understanding exactly their needs and wants, identifying the property they need to purchase. We help them out in opening a bank account. Once the property is ready, we're going to be helping them out with the furniture of the property based on their liking, and giving us advices based on the market here in Dubai. We put the property on rental and we
In
manage
case if
it.
they want to rent it or they
And-
want to relocate.
Exactly.
Depends on their requirement.
And then we close the circle by depositing the money into the bank account that they opened over here. So
Okay.
for us, they have a full service, which also includes obviously helping them out with Golden Visa if they are eligible and giving them the correct advice. Are you eligible? Do you really need it?
Okay. If they want to start a business, do you guide them on that as well, where you could put them across to people who get them a license so they can up and running, or that's also?
That's one thing that we do as well. One thing that I like to say is that I know things,
Yeah.
but they need to speak to the expert.
Correct.
Which is the most important thing. So I will be able to give them some advice.
Okay.
However, when we go more into the details, I'll always tell them, I want you to talk to this person. He's a trusted person. This is what my client did, but I want you to speak to this other person because it will be the one that's going to be giving you the correct information.
Plus, they do their own due diligence, because when they speak to the expert, I'm sure everyone's thought process of starting a business or how they want to run their show is different. So they would put their brains, listen to the other guy's brains, and then figure out a midway and work on that. Correct? That's how people operate.
That is correct. So everybody's coming always here in Dubai. They've already done their due diligence. They know,
Yeah.
and they are expecting some sort of confirmation from our side.
Okay.
However, at times, because they might have read the incorrect information or they might have heard
Okay.
the wrong thing. So what I do, I try always to refer to anything that I say to something that it's written.
Okay.
And I used to work for a big organization here in Dubai, and I was part of the compliance.
Okay.
So for me, everything has to be backed up by a
Documentary
document,
evidence.
by a fact.
A supporting document.
Absolutely. I do not believe in just, I heard. I will tell you, this is because of this reason, because it's written over here.
Everything has to be documented, or there has to be a trail connecting 1:2, 2:3.
That is
it can't
very
be a guesswork.
I don't. I can't do that. And if I don't know an answer, I'll say to them very clearly, let me find out. But if you want to find out more, because as you said clearly earlier, everybody has got some specifics. They are just particularly to them, I tell them, speak to the expert. They'll tell you in that field what you need to do.
Correct.
Much easier.
Because I'm sure, and clients that we meet are all from different industries. Someone could be from manufacturing, someone could be from marketing. I'm sure both of us will not have expertise in all the industries. No way.
Absolutely. And I don't want to have the expertise, because my expertise is to
Your
advise
core-
client in my core business, which is
Real
selling
estate.
properties,
Yeah.
managing properties. Anything else, I don't want to even elect myself to be able to say, this is the right thing to you. What I can say, and that's my classic sentence, this is what my clients are doing. Therefore, my suggestion is speak to X,
Put them
Y,
across to the right
Z.
people and let them decide.
That's it. And there are always people that I trust dearly, and I know they're going to give them the correct information.
Correct. Another important question for non-residents I want to understand, most of them, do they invest in off-plan properties or they look at ready properties? So what does a thought process depend for generally for non-residents that you have come across as per your trend?
My clients are generally clients that are here, as I said, to invest, to create for themselves a saving and a passive income.
Okay.
And obviously that's my job. My job is to advise them to look for something that is going to be creating and is going to be achieving those two objectives.
Correct.
Generally, I have found that the properties that are capable of providing these two objectives without any problem are properties that are off-plan on
Okay.
construction, rather than something that is ready. However, do I work with ready properties? Yes, I do, because some clients, they feel that they need to have something ready immediately. One thing I do, I clearly explain through facts and numbers, because as you know, here in Dubai, everything is extremely transparent.
And everything is available online. You can go to DLD data. Everything is available.
Absolutely. So I can just show to them, if you buy this one, this is what you're going to get. If we buy this one, this is what we can get and then benefits. Therefore, my clients, when we put down the numbers, are 99% of the cases are off-plan properties.
So there is more potential when you invest in off-plan because there is scope for appreciation.
Absolutely. And higher ROI and opportunity that if we buy, and then at the point has to be my capability of indicating them what is the right property.
Okay.
If we buy the right property
Yeah.
that is correctly located, obviously, and with the correct amenities inside, that they are trendy.
Okay.
in Dubai, if you want to call it trendy, they're going to be sought after onto the market. Later on, there is definitely an opportunity for an higher capital appreciation than other properties.
Okay. But there are clients who also distribute, let's say if a non-resident comes, he has come with a thought process that he will buy an off-plan for investment and he'll also buy a ready right now and move himself and see how the market grows. So people distribute, like you keep a basket where you keep a banana, where you keep an apple and an orange. So people have different options also that they acquire and purchase, correct?
Absolutely. And
depending on their capacity.
Absolutely. And we will observe and we'll make sure that that one is done correctly to make sure that we can provide them what they're really looking for. But what I want to make sure of is everything is clear in front of them. Okay. There is nothing hidden. I don't push for one thing more than another one. It depends very much on what they want to do. They want to have a property that is under construction. They want to have something that is ready. Being aware of the fact that the capital appreciation won't be as much, the ROI, the return won't be as much. Yeah. Absolutely. We find the right property. We see which is the one that is going to be giving us with real data and hard facts. Yeah. What will be the best property, and we just purchase it.
Correct. Because I'm sure the logic I checked with you was people distribute or bifurcate their risk among 2-3 properties. So they have distributed, so they are at less risk. An individual investing in one unit, kind of.
Absolutely.
So they safeguard themselves.
That's correct. So they're minimizing the risks by spreading their investment into multiple properties.
Okay. Another important point, do they look into the details of rental income, or they are least bothered when they are investing initially, or do you think they are too price sensitive on the rental returns, non-residents?
They are extremely interested into the return.
In the return.
Yeah, and that's why it's probably the hardest work for me. The hardest thing is not about selling the property. That's very easy. Yeah. It's the managing the property later on and making sure that the expectation that we have set at the beginning are reflecting the fact. And that's one thing that I always say is I like to play conservative. Okay. So when I work with certain companies that they do mostly short-term rental, they provide me projection, even already properties. Yeah. And I always ask these people, do make sure that you send me a very conservative projection. I like to under-promise and over-deliver rather than doing the opposite.
Because tomorrow, if any change happens, client would not reach out to any other individual but to you to understand that, boss, when we did this 3 years back, this was promised or was forecasted or expected, where right now it's 2% less. So the whole relationship can go for a toss just because of a small information which was not highlighted or shared when the deal was going through, I'm sure.
That's correct. And that's one thing I do as well. When I'm having a projection, I never ask a projection based on the expectation in 2-3 years' time or even 6 months' time. Yeah. I clearly say, by looking at the data that we have from the Dubai Land Department and the contract that being registered, this is how much this property or a similar property in the same area is making. Okay. Now, if we do apple for apple and we don't even think about what the future will be, correct. If you buy this property at this price today, this property will produce on a contract long-term rental this much percentage. If we compare it to a short-term rental, will produce this much rental. So I'm absolutely safe, and I know that that's a conservative and objective way how to look at an investment. Therefore, in 3 years' time, if I'm lucky and nothing happens in the world, absolutely would be a perfect under-promising and a great over-delivering.
Okay. Right now, where do you see things are heading? Do you see any change coming in the market? Anything impacting on the rental returns? Or like short term, I know it does very well during the winters because of the season that people travel to UAE for the New Year's, the Christmas Eve and all that. So I'm sure that does well. It doesn't do much in the summers.
I'll be honest, we have been doing investments in particular areas such as Jumeirah Village Circle, where we are doing fantastic numbers. We have had an occupancy of 95% on short-term rental in Jumeirah Village Circle.
That is something which surprises me. Now I want to understand, a tourist who comes from outside for 2-3 days to check out the place, why would they end up staying in JVC and not in downtown, Marina, JLT?
The surprising thing is that the majority of my clients are not tourists. The majority of the clients...
the short-term rental.
Yeah, for the short-term rental.
I'm asking, like you said, no, that Amit, the returns are higher in JVC, which means if I take a studio or a one bed and rent it on short-term in these areas, the returns are higher, correct?
That's correct.
So my question comes that I'm a tourist, let's say I come from UK for 10 days just to see the place with my wife or my partner, then why would I stay in a JVC and not in a downtown or marina where it's more accessibility of the metro and other stuff?
Each area has got its own client.
Okay.
The client at JVC are not tourists. The
Okay.
clients at JVC are new generation
Yeah.
of people. They don't want to have particularly certain commitment,
Okay.
such as a long contract. They
Okay.
don't want to pay the bills.
Okay.
And they would rather have the feeling of being looked after through their experience and their living here in Dubai.
Okay.
Therefore, the clients that we have in JVC are generally professional,
Yeah.
that are working from home or they go working in an areas like Media City, Internet City,
Okay.
or perhaps they come down to downtown and Business Bay, but they prefer to live there because of the atmosphere. Rental are cheaper than Business Bay, downtown,
yeah.
and Marina, but because we are buying at a lower price, we can manage to get an higher occupancy rate because of the demographic of the people that want to live there.
Yeah.
And we are able to, because we didn't pay those property at a higher price, we can have longer stay,
Yeah.
higher occupancy, and a higher return. So those are the kind of people for Jumeirah Village Circle, which are pretty much the same kind of clients that we have here for Business Bay. Dubai Marina, it's a completely different story.
The whole lifestyle changes. When you talk about Dubai Marina, the thought process changes, the behavior changes.
Absolutely.
People who stay there are looking for different things. They want the water body, they want the beach, they want all other stuff. That's why they are paying a premium for having a short-term or a long-term rental in Marina for those reasons. Another important point was for non-residents, how do you see the market ahead? You think the way people want to make UAE as their home, like since COVID, I have also noticed that all across people from all countries are either buying a house here or investing, and they're thinking that, okay, let's say I'm based in UK, I would still buy a house in UAE, try to place my family, try to start up a business and see if I can run both the shows, which means expand the business, have a better quality of life. So you see that's one of the reasons that's been supporting real estate from the non-resident point of view?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things. You've been here in Dubai for long enough, you know it. There is one saying that I heard many years ago.
Yeah.
When the world is doing well, Dubai does well.
Yeah.
When the world is not doing well, Dubai does great. And this is a fact that has repeated itself in the last 23 years that I've been here. Now, obviously, I wish the rest of the world everything to go well, but unfortunately, there are always some problems.
Yeah.
When you come down to Dubai, it seems to end up in a place where nothing happens.
Okay.
There is calm, there is perfection.
Yeah.
There is the thing that really the rest of the world at the moment is missing, which is after having a day of hard work,
Yeah.
why do I need to go back and still be worried and I need to protect myself? Here in Dubai, there is the possibility to dream.
Yeah.
And that's what people are looking for when they come down to Dubai. They can come here, they can dream, they can think about the future rather than what happened to the past. And that's one of the reasons, as you explained clearly, why people they like to move here in Dubai, because Dubai is fascinating. And Dubai, it is not only the glitters and the lights that everybody sees.
It has everything for
Dubai
everyone.
has got everything for everybody. It's all about what you want to do with your life, knowing that you're doing it in complete safety.
Yeah.
I'm a runner. I go running everywhere in the world and I'm always connected through the different social media. And there is one of the latest things that is about women and running safely at any time, the night and day.
Yeah.
This is something that is an issue abroad
Many countries.
in many countries. In Dubai, it is not an issue. My wife goes running late in the evening and nothing has ever happened to her. So this is a safe country. The me that works late evenings with clients is extremely important. I need to feel safe. I need to know that my family is safe. And that's why people come to Dubai.
Yeah, I'm sure safety is something which is embedded in the culture here, that nothing happens to anyone. You're always taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's also important question. What does Just Bespoke do in addition for a non-resident client or for investment for a client purpose? So how do we, if I want to tell my viewers what all does Just Bespoke do, so if they have any inquiries, they can reach out to you?
What does Just Bespoke
you
do
mentioned
is
earlier, yeah.
we are looking at the client at 360 degrees. When a client ends up in my company and with Valerio, they're going to be having a personal relationship. Nobody's a number. we don't disappear.
Yeah.
Just Bespoke is always there. As an example, this morning, there was one of my clients that had to do a golden visa.
Okay.
And I said to him, yes, the driver is coming. When this morning he arrived, because I hadn't seen him for a long time, I went personally to pick him up and I took him for the blood test.
Okay.
So when you're coming here, you're coming to find somebody that it's always the same person that you can count on and that is concerned before you are for your investment. So when you're coming into my company, it's not somebody that will disappear. It will always be present. You have a real friend that looks after you.
It's that personal touch thing that you value, that a relationship is important. So if a client has chosen you or your company, you feel it is your duty to go out of the way. If the staff can't reach out, you would be there so he feels comfortable, because that's why he's dealing with you. It's
Absolutely.
the comfort.
Yeah.
It's not the price or the premium. It's not about the brand. It's about the individual relation or the trust that he gets from you.
That's correct. And that's why when I have people that are coming down to Dubai, now I know there is plenty, they're all invited to my house for a barbecue. So for me, it's a personal relationship. All my clients become my friend.
Yeah.
However, friend with respect for the investment that they've done, because I am the first one that is responsible for anything that they do.
And it's very important to have relationships like that, because that's how people value each other. Right?
That's correct.
Because both parties are making money from each other, respecting each other and valuing each other's investment as well. Correct?
Yeah. My clients, for instance, they never ask me for a discount because they know that what I provide is a service that go beyond, as you said, just the price or the property that they purchase. They have somebody that first thing in the morning, I wake up, I open my computer and I look at every single booking on my clients.
Correct.
And if I see that there is a property that is not booked, I personally go and I check that the property is in good condition. And then I call the managing company and I ask them, what's going on with the property? What are we doing? How come it doesn't have a booking for 3-4 days? How do we fix it? So they know that I am there and I'm the first person that is more interested into their investment than themselves.
Correct. Because I'm sure they have invested, they have their 10 things to look after. It's like they have given you the keys, they have given you the responsibility that, Valerio, you handle it and it's in safe hands, kind of.
That's correct. Yeah.
No problem. It was really nice having you, Valerio. Thanks for all the input. I'm sure our viewers benefit from it. And if they have any inquiries, they can reach out to you directly. Residents, non-residents, anyone who wants to invest, get your guidance, can reach out to you.
Thank you very much, Amit. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for coming over.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thanks.
Take care. I'm sure all of you enjoyed today's session with Valerio. If you have any queries, feel free to reach out to him. And if any suggestions for us, drop in the comment section and follow our page, Urban Habitat. Looking forward to the next episode. Thank you.